In the shadow of the night, Ankh on the creep, raising up the titans, watch the fallen gods weep. From Baltimore streets to Florida shores, Jehovah, hold and feel the wrath as it roars. No more rules, it's time to break. Killer army rise and make no mistake. All gods must die, hear the echoes cry. From the heavens to the ground, see them fall and die. All gods must die, no more alibis. Odin, Buddha, Allah, they all say goodbye. Zeus, on the throne, but he's losing his life. He's ready for the fight. Open your best run, we ain't here for debate. All the deities trembling, feeling the weight. Step aside, make way for the real. All gods must die. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. Hey. All gods must die, hear the echoes cry. From the heavens to the ground, see them fall and die. All gods must die, no more alibis. All gods must die, no more alibis. They all say goodbye. All could have gone killer, now time to fly. The world's ours now, hear the last goodbye.
Yeah. Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do. And I come to do what I got to do. And I got to do what I got to do. And I got to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? Man, y'all already know what it is, man. We here, man, doing our thing. Gotta do it. We talking about cults. Cults and more cults. Are you in a cult? Gotta get this in. Gotta get it in. So there's a thing starting up. With the brothers acting like they can't hear or comprehend. Cracky, jokey, cracky, kiki, ha ha. Always funny. I relish in these moments. I absolutely do. We're constantly learning. The moment you stop learning and refining your position on something is the moment you die. And I'm talking mentally and socially. And then at times it boils down economically. If you don't make the right decisions on your portfolio and know when to make these adjustments and changes, what might be good then might not be good for now. And so it seems that these conversations that we have, and people seem to not be able to grow and understand variations and how things change. There's no context to what people before us did. There's no respect for that. No respect for that. Because if you don't got respect for what came before you, the thing that troubled or put people in harm's way will come back and get you. Say it again. If you don't respect the things that the people that came before you went through, then the thing that troubled them and put them in harm's way will come back and get you because you do not understand it, because you would have to start all over again. Those who do not stand on the shoulders of their elders and their ancestors are just a group of niggas standing around talking shit with no context to reality. And they would have to always start over and over and over again. So we stand on the shoulders. What is meant by stand on the shoulders? There's a difference between standing on the shoulders and looking a motherfucker in the face. I do not look Dr. Ben in the face. John Jackson, I do not look him in their face. Sit at their goddamn, look, kneel at their feet. Listen to everything they say. No, I stand on their shoulders. I see what they couldn't see because they couldn't see over the thing, because they couldn't see it. And before you know it, if you make enough impression on the people that come after you, they will stand on your shoulders. They won't sit at your feet or stare in your damn face and repeat the same mistakes that you was making. I kind of thought this was natural to understand. So let's let the people come into the building who got 20,000, right? I want to stop right there for a minute because I don't understand. What's going on, Bar Reloaded? What it do, what it do? Lamar Pope, what it do, what it do, what it do? What's up, Mel? Tiffany, I see you. Gall, what it do, what it do, what it do? Roshan, Rashan L, what's going on with you, man? Keenan Wright, what's going? What it do? Gullah, what's up with you, man? So we cooking with hot grease around here. So let me pause. Let me pause for a minute. All right, run this real quick.
Hi, I'm J.O. Waters, and I'm the creator of the Oasis for Teachers YouTube channel. I create content for teachers who are feeling burnt out and need a refreshing and rejuvenating. On my channel, you'll find self-care tips, inspiration, and professional development. So if you're feeling burnt out as a teacher, please come and join us.
In this game of shadows, I won't hide.
Made it back just in time. Okay. So I thought this was understood, man. That we're not sitting at their feet. We're not staring nobody in their eyes. Standing on their shoulders. Why is this important? Lately, niggas been saying, I don't understand what you say, I'm getting you lost. So when I pull this out, right? Okay, what does that have to do with standing on shoulders, sitting at the feet? What does that have to do? If you don't get it, you don't get it. Fuck you. That's where I'm at. Straight there. That's where I'm at with it. It's not my fault. You should never overemphasize trying to challenge something you don't understand. Makes no sense. So we come right here. We come to the medical milestones. Medical milestones. To 1850, we come here to the reference. The Edwin Smith Papyrus, written in ancient Egyptian script, 1900, 1800 BCE, is the earliest known medical literature, consisting of 48 case histories, and describes the conditions and diagnosis of treatment in a rational, systematic way. This shit ain't just pop out of nowhere. These people in Africa had to stand on the shoulders of people that came before them to even get to this spot right here. Because if they didn't stand on their shoulders, if they just sitting at their damn feet or staring at their damn face, they wouldn't have been able to realize the mistakes that were made and move forward. This move forward. And as a matter of fact, when you move to the next section, it clearly says just that in this way. It says medical milestones. What's a milestone? That's different places, different heights that medicine will reach. And it's all dealing with standing on the shoulders of the scientists that would be for them, or the people who had innovation. You stand on that and you build something else. It's called steps. Just so happen with human beings, the steps is your ancestors or your elders. They represent the steps. Those that disrespect the steps can't get to the next step. You'll just be a bunch of hackling hen niggas talking shit. That's what you end up being. Just talking, and then make somebody that's making some sense look crazy because you refuse to adhere to the steps. Now, getting to the next step can only be achieved if you don't repeat the same mistakes, if you don't repeat the same rhetoric, if you don't repeat the same misinformation, if you don't try to bring something forward that has been discredited and absolutely makes no sense, then you cannot move on to the next step. Now, I know goddamn well people understand what I'm saying, but they try not to act like that. I don't understand it. Niggas, y'all know what I'm saying. You can't move forward if you repeat the same steps. So you gotta stand on their shoulders. That's what medicine does. That's what science does. It's on the shoulders of those that came before them. Vaccines, inoculation. After inoculation, you will get to the point where you can create a vaccine. We're in the third generation. It's steps. If you do not understand inoculation, then there's no way to understand vaccines. First generation, Edwin Jenner. If you don't understand the first generation vaccines, then you can't understand the second generation. It took about 20 years to produce. If you don't understand that, you can't move forward to the mRNA vaccines. You just can't do it. If you don't understand inoculation, then you cannot understand mRNA vaccines. You just can't. Same with your elders. Same with your ancestors. They made mistakes. There's critique there, but they also did some shit that made sense, and you build on that shit. The problem is niggas is pseudo, and the pseudos will say, man, I can't believe you could recognize. Man, shut the hell up. What are you talking about? Oh, Diop's did all it. Diop's didn't do all nothing. He did this, he did that. The stuff that's not there, we'll push it to the side, we'll stand on the shoulders and critique and move the shit forward. He said it himself. He said, there will be people to come after me that will critique my work and move forward. That's called a move forward. Copernicus, all of Galileo, they stood on the shoulders, man. Simple as that. There's no getting around that. And so you always must be willing to learn and then keep things in this proper cultural context. You know what I'm saying? This is important to our development as African Americans. The young always overtake the old, but only the young that stand on the shoulders are their elders and their ancestors. The young ones that don't, they fall to the wayside. They spend all that time trying to recreate a step that's already been accomplished, and you don't even know about them because they fall out of favor. So I'm never the nigga that would sit up there and talk shit about a Francis Cress Welsing, a Naeem Akbar, a Dr. Ben. Why would I do that? I recognize the situation. They was in extreme situations. It was extreme to get pulled from your foundation by other human beings that you've never even seen before and enslaved, the transcontinental slave trade, to get kidnapped and brought to a whole nother place, not down the motherfucking village, not at the other end of the island, not in the other tribe, but a whole nother world. That's extreme. So slavery was extreme. And in extreme conditions, human beings will have extreme responses. That's how you know something's wrong with a kid. When they acting out in school when they're young, there's something else going on. That's just a symptom. It's something else going on. Something extreme has happened to them. You take them to counseling, you find out what that is and deal with that. So what possibly could be wrong with a group of human beings that was stripped of their humanity, stripped of their socialization, stripped of their cultural systems? What could possibly be wrong with them? Force-fed a new culture, right? In the context of Christianity, because that's a cultural, social system of governing human beings. Ancestor acknowledgement. What could possibly be wrong with them damn Africans? I wonder what's wrong with them. They said you were suffering from something when you tried to escape. I forget what the psychologists of the day said. The mania, something trying to run a mania, something crazy. Yeah, they said that. But I don't hear nobody talking about that shit. This is good content for me. I'm up for the challenge. Have your sources ready. I'm for all the smoke. So the point I'm making here, Jim Crow was an extreme activity in the affairs of African people in America. Extreme cultural shift. Oh, you don't know about the black laws and Jim Crow laws? Don't use that bathroom. It's the white bathroom. Kid got to piss on themselves because the black bathroom somewhere down there somewhere. Can't drink out of this water fountain, the white water fountain, the black water fountain. You might get hung. You might get caught off to jail. Whole towns was burnt down based off of a white person saying, you may have did this, you may have done that. Whole towns. Africans in America hung up on trees. No court system to help you out. Police department. Jim Crow. Part of the problem. Those Africans that was doing Jim Crow stood on the shoulders of those that was enslaved. Simple as that. And they learned from their experiences and did things better. Civil rights. They looked to the past to push forward in the future. They seen the mistakes that they was making. They retweak what they had to do during the civil rights movement based off of Jim Crow, based off of battles and wars fought. And they made a move. Civil rights was an extreme situation for African Americans. You mean you don't have no civil rights? So I'm never tripping about what people who don't even have civil rights do to other people that took those civil rights or were not allowed them to have civil rights. I ain't built like that. Never will be, never can be. I'm just not built like that. That's like some real indoctrinated Uncle Tom shit. And I barely use that word. To even worry about a person who lied to a person that put him through slavery, put him through Jim Crow, no civil rights, and niggas be worried about what they put on their resume. What the hell is going on? Is it just me? Have I lost my mind? Am I just old? Am I tripping? Man, that's some shit a nigga would say in 2025 when we ain't got the experience none of that, man. And you still got white people lying on their resumes to this day, and nobody says nothing about that at all. It's always people that look like us talking about us. Hell is going on? I can't rock with that. I ain't built like that. But I'm surely not worried about people who couldn't even go to college. Man, they was picking, only light-skinned people can go to college. What the hell? Like, it was just crazy. You think I'm worrying about what a person put on their resume, yo? They had more trying things. It's called they need to eat. They need to be able to get employed is what it's called. So it was an extreme measure they was in. So I don't advocate for you lying on your resume, act like you're expert in 2025. I don't advocate for none of that. But when measures get extreme, then you bet to be extreme or your ass out. Let you be in a plane crash somewhere cold. There's no food. 10 survivors left. Them other people is barbecue chicken. Start that fire up and cook yourself a leg. Filet mignon. Let you run out of water. You're going to drink your own pee. It's extreme. Extreme situations require extreme measures. Human beings have survived off their own urine and have survived by eating other people when there's no food at all, no water. That's extreme. Now, would I advocate for niggas going around drinking pee and eating? No, I would not. That makes no sense. But y'all get my point here. Jim Crow, civil rights movement, there was a need for Black Power organizations. There was a need for all of that. It was a need for it. Simple as that. And no matter how whacked out crazy half of that shit is, there was a fucking need for that. And if you sitting there looking saying there wasn't no need for Dr. Ben, you've lost your goddamn mind and you straight silly. You're just silly at this point, and you have no understanding of history, and you ought not open your mouth, but yet y'all do it because YouTube has allowed all that. The Discord has allowed anybody can say anything and make that shit sound good. So I had a conversation about cults. Y'all all know my stance on cults. Let's talk about what a cult is real quick. This is easy work. It takes us 2 minutes to go down the line of what a damn cult is, yo. But there's people out there that act like they don't understand it. Let me see. Let me look over. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. So when you're dealing with cults, man, we talk about small, relatively new groups outside of the dominant traditions, distinct beliefs and practices, often centered around charismatic leaders. Neutral in tone when used by sociologists and historians. It's the academic definitions. All right. The source would be Dawson and Comprehending Cults and the Sociology of New Religious Movements. Was not Christianity a new religious movement? Oh, I'm just doing my thing right now. God killing the building. Was not Christianity a new religious movement during the Roman Empire? Yes, it was. It was a goddamn cult. Charismatic leader Jesus Christ. Absolute authority. What are we talking about here? See, y'all playing. I ain't playing. Popular narrative, connotation, authoritarian control over members, isolation from outside influences. Was not all the disciples like that? They wasn't listening to outside influences. Psychological, financial, and emotional manipulation. All monies had to go to the movement. Did y'all not read? High commitment demands, but they had to go against Judaism of the day. Cutting ties with family. Jesus Christ definitely cut ties with his mother and them. What we talking about? Yeah, they was loners. Y'all know that? Common characteristics, high control of groups. Authoritarian leadership. Leadership seen as infallible. All right? Control over new members' lives. Us versus them. Worldview. Outside world as corrupt and dangerous. Is that not what Jesus Christ is preaching? The outside world is this. We need to do this. And y'all ain't read that? Ah, man, let me help you out, man. Oh, y'all forgot to read Christianity in its Roman context, huh? It was definitely a new cult on the rise. Why the term cult is controversial? Many groups reject label as pejorative. Scholars prefer new religious movements, that's NRM. No legal definition, primary, socially, and Journalistic. Terms often used to discredit opponents. Okay. Religious sex, cults, mainstream religion. Cults. All right. New, deviant from mainstream. That's what Christianity did. It deviated from the mainstream. Right? Judaism was the mainstream thing. Remember, it became separate. Charismatic leadership. You don't get no more charismatic than Jesus Christ. High control, isolation. Right? The disciples was fucking. They was isolated, man. You can go. How about the Dead Sea Scroll, the Qumran Mountains? What about that group? They was isolated, man, from everybody. Ain't different than all that. Y'all forgot about all that, right? See, we playing, right? Yeah, I know we playing. Y'all like to play. Yeah, I'm beating up religion all day. Sex, offshoots, established religion, strict adherence to perceive original teachings. Mainstream religions, widely recognized, integrated into society, institutionalized leadership and rituals. So earlier today, Gullah was right, man. It's all a cult. Hey, appreciate that, Anusha, man. Black African Power, man. Appreciate that love right there, shorty. Good looking out. Appreciate you all day, every day. It's cults, yo. Now, cults can be diversive and crazy, right? Out of order, but all cults ain't gotta be bad. So I'm not sitting here saying that all cults are bad. That's not true. But Christianity, humble beginners, was definitely a cult, and it broke away from Judaism. If you can't see that, you just don't want to see it. Same thing applies today to Mormons. What about the Mormons? Did Jesus Christ really come to America? Was that not a cult? Oh, y'all ain't studied that, huh? Y'all ain't looked at no material like that. How about Jehovah's Witnesses? You ever thought about that? How big do something got to be before you don't think it's a cult? That's an interesting question in that. And so I asked myself, for years, I was like, yeah, I was in a cult. I said that routinely until I came across an expert. It's like, nah, you wasn't actually in the damn cult. You was around that shit, but you wasn't in it. By no means. Based off of reading some literature, based off of understanding, I was like, man. And I realized I actually wasn't in it. Could have been. Maybe if what had happened on that land, that man got locked up, maybe I would have been thoroughly entrenched, but that never occurred. And I'm saying I got a right to change my position based off more education. And this is what this is really about. Never forget, you have a right to change your position on any goddamn thing based off more education. Don't let them hog tie you to old ideas that don't match up, even if you said it for years. This is the problem with the community, and this is why I'm saying what I'm saying and doing what I'm doing. My whole thing is to make sure that people can learn from me and my mistakes, and I'm forthcoming with the shit. So it's not a problem for y'all to change your position and back it up with sources. It's healthy. It's what we do as functioning humans. When you stop functioning like that, then you end up like a Umar Johnson. Then you end up spending all your money on a fucking Umar Johnson because you're not willing to change your position. After more information came out, now we recognize that this man is wild. Now you no longer do that. You change your position. And even if you was praising his name to the highest mountain, Umar Johnson, you can change that after more information. We got more information. The nigga ain't never built in a school. So y'all can change that. You don't got to be stuck to that. And they'll ridicule you and laugh and joke. That's fine. But you can actually change that. You can actually do that. It's what science does. When they can no longer support with the body of evidence and empirical data, then things change. And so when we having these conversations, man, and this person's pseudo, that person's pseudo, you got to watch your mouth because I'm standing on that. standing on that. And I'm never pushing forward bad ideas. I'm not doing the melanin thing. I don't give a damn if Frances Wells had talked about the melanin. The shit was extreme. She was going, did you not watch the interviews with Donahue with the wild ass extremists? Oh, y'all didn't know? Wait a minute. A second, you know, I'm always cooking. 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Hold on. I get to it. Hold on there. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, boy, I'm a hell of a goddamn cook. I'm gonna tell y'all that. So, gotta be able to do that. If you can't do that, then you're in trouble. Don't let them fake you out. Right? We looked at the Donahue interview, and do y'all know that the fact that Frances Wells was talking about melanin and all that, that was a way of getting some power back by using that wild ass shit. Y'all didn't know that? Oh, y'all forgot what racism was based off of. Well, let me educate y'all. This for the dumb section on the yellow bus. Whole race thing was based off the color of your skin and how deficient you was based off the color of your skin. Remember that dark skin made you evil. Remember that dark skin from the dark continent mean you wasn't all human. I'm getting too loud, ain't I? Hold on. That mean you wasn't all human. Remember that? Remember the color of your skin meant you wasn't human. You was from some wild and wicked place and you was evil based off the color of your skin now. Right? It started to come up in all the folklore, in the vocabulary. White was pure and angel-like, and dark skin was evil and devil-like, the good and the evil. So it was good to enslave you because the good was there to take you to Christ. Y'all forgot that? Y'all forgot the doctrine of discovery? Whatever lands that we discover, and most of the lands they were discovering, ladies and gentlemen, had people of color. All you gotta do, look on the map. Skin was brown and dark and all in between. And whoever does not have a Christian monarch, we can enslave them and bring them to Christ to do what? To save their souls. And this was all based off of the color of their skin. Let me play the clip. Racism was based off of the fact that your color of your skin was deficient. Frances Wells and them made up some shit that said, no, the dark skin is superior. Very extreme. But you can't tell me that enslaving 12 million people based off the color of their skin was not super extreme. But I advocate promotion that? Fuck no. But I understand where they was at and why they did what they did. So let me play these clips. It's important. Get my point. Make my point. So after talking to the expert, I changed my position on how I thought that I was actually in the cult. Here we go. The receipts is a motherfucker. Everyone answers this question. And I've said it, I've been in a cult, but I'm starting to think that I know it's a cult, but I just went to some classes, right? On Saturday, we go to the classes, then I go home. I didn't dress up in none of the information, none of the clothes, never did that. I read some books, and I said, yeah, I'm a New Wapian, but what phase of that was I in? Because I think you can best answer that question. What phase of that thing was I in?
You were, in my opinion, you were being reeled in. You know, what groups like the Nuwapians do is they don't tell you what their more radical beliefs are from the very beginning. And you don't really know everything that's going on. If you did, you wouldn't get involved. You wouldn't put yourself out there. So what they do is they put out things that are fairly tame or fairly interesting and reasonable. And there's usually some good stuff because nobody wants to join a group that's totally bad. I mean, what would be the logic in that? So, you know, like they say, it takes a spoonful of sugar to make the medicine go down. So you're swallowing some poison mixed in with the good stuff. And that's the trick.
Okay, so I was at the stage when I was taking that poison.
But yeah, you were ingesting it in probably relatively small amounts. And as you drew deeper into the group, there would be more and more of it. And that's typically how these groups work. For example, Leslie Van Houten, Charlie Manson's devoted follower, who spent almost her entire life in prison. She was released recently on parole. Mm-hmm. I think if Charlie Manson said to her in the very beginning, look, we might kill people. I mean, that just might be what we're going to do. Are you willing to do that for me? Will you kill for me? What will you do for me? And I think if he had said that to her in the very beginning, she would have said, look, you're nuts. I don't want to have anything to do with you.
That's a high level education on that subject right there. Yeah, that's Rick Allen Ross, man. Go watch the rest of this interview, man. Serious interview. As a matter of fact, he helped convict Nature Boy to life in prison. Man, he sure did. Okay, so let me play this last clip right here. I'd like to play this last clip right here. All right. I gotta take a break. Here you go, last clip. My man Chuck Morgan pops up on the scene, right? Now, he was definitely in the cult. He talks about it. He actually helps people get out of that situation by putting together tight information. Let's hear what an actual cult member, right? Ex-cult member of the New Wapian thing. I know because I used to read some of his material, listen to his tapes on the radio. Shit was serious. He was always talking Bible shit. Pretty serious with that. Let's see what he has to say about what they thought about people like me. Right now, if you can't listen to an expert and you can't listen to a dude that was actually in there, yeah, then you just not trying to listen. You just talking shit. Yeah, everybody talk shit though. It's all good. You know how we do, yo. And doing it as always. So, hey, Chuck, I appreciate your work, too, Chuck. Absolutely, brother. I know you've been doing it for a while, man. And you know, one of my reasons for saying though, although I was in a cult, I wasn't really in it because I used to read just stuff.
And for the record,
oh man, what's up?
How we saw you or people similar. There were those who were on the outside that were the supporters, and you know, we kind of looked at people like yourself as supporters, and the way that the cult was structured was those who moved in to the quote tabernacle. Those were the ones who were the card carrying members, if you will. So yeah, you were there, but you were just you know, one of those outsiders. You could take you or leave you. That was the mentality. But yeah,
you feel better now.
I feel better
from
now.
Ankh.
Dodge the bullet, man. Yeah, that's Chuck Morgan though, yo. He was actually in there. Wu-Jai, he actually lived on the land. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what extent they, you know, the inner, but then there was a circle, then there was an inner circle. It's different layers to this. So let this be a precautionary tale to you. Your ass might be around the cold right now and don't even know it. Why niggas talk that shit? See, niggas talk that talk, but can they walk that walk? But that's when I realized, that's when it was a paradigm shift for me to stop saying something that I had said for years. I was like, but then when you think about it and you analyze it, and it's part of the education. So my point is, this is important for y'all to get this lesson right here. It's important, man. You can always change your stance based off of more available information. You just can. And don't let nobody hold you to that. Hold you to, well, you said that, yeah, but I got more information now, right? I have a better understanding of it, and this is what this is. It is what it is, man. Man, I gotta get out of here, man. Get my son, man. I'm gonna come back and hit it again. I'm going live 3 times today, and I'm gonna let y'all up on the panel, and I'm gonna see what the hell y'all talking about, man. But man, I appreciate everybody stopping through, man. I appreciate the cash apps, man. My daggone phone just died. I can't even check and see what it is, man. But I appreciate y'all, man, doing what y'all doing, man. It's real out here in these streets, man. Right? It's real, man. Y'all keep it going, man. Get the education right there, man. Man, y'all listen to the community skeptics, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Man, I'm just sitting around, man, putting this thing together like I supposed to, man. I wanted to get that quick one in. 42 minutes of fire. Don't give a damn who understands, don't give a damn who don't. It is what it is. I stand on the shoulders of the elders, man, and the ancestors, man. Never disrespecting that. Never promoting bad information or pseudo information. When they make mistakes, they make mistakes. We'll recognize their mistakes, won't carry that shit forward. Man, we standing on the shoulders heavy, man. We're not afraid, man. We're gonna keep going, man. We here for the challenge, man. We up for it. Y'all go through my whole motherfucking catalog, man. Who cares? Man, I love y'all, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Man, been a great show, man. Go check out the show, man. Dr. Y'all did, man. We'll be standing right there, man. Got programs in the working programs, all going forward. They're there. Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, we ain't just internet dudes at all. Don't plan to be. All right? Plan on keeping it, how they say it, keeping it a buck. Ain't that what they say, yo? Man, y'all know what it is, man. We keeping it right where we supposed to keep it at, man. Yeah, man, we pseudo killing, man. It just is, man. And we just appreciate everybody, man. Goal, I see you, man. Kenny Wright, man. I see you, man. It is what it is, man. Thurman with the green glow. We see you, man. Hits, man. Big up the Hits, man. Big up the Reggie. Big up, man. B. Lou, Mel. Man, appreciate all y'all, man. Yeah. And I appreciate everybody, man. Nothing but love around here, man. Yeah, we keeping it right, yo. Yeah, we doing what we gotta do, man. It's all day is right. Man, look, I'm your host, Bobby Banger, man. Y'all know what it is around here, man. Man, we up for the challenge, man. All day, every day, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate Tri Media, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, man, I appreciate a good conversation, man. And with that, I'm your host, Bobby Banger. And with that, we out.